All right, I'm going to save the font videos for next week. Let's go ahead and talk, though, about picking colors for your website. I'm not so sure this is a great... I have a lot of contrast here between yellow and black, and most of this is pretty easy to read. I'm not sure that it's a good design to have red, orange, and green mixed together. With the right site, it might be okay, but I'm not sure it looks great. I'm going to give you some tools because most of the people that come into our class, they're not really designers. We're coders, right? And design is a whole different thing than coding. So knowing colors and picking colors, it's not everybody's forte. But fortunately, there's some tools out there to help us. So if you go to my website and scroll down to the web resources, look down, there is a tool here. There's actually three tools. There's a color scheme designer. There's a monochromatic tool if you're only doing a monochromatic website, meaning one color, if you want everything based on one color. There's also one that you can upload a picture. You can upload a picture to this site, and based on the site, it will pick out colors for you based if you want to design a theme around a picture. We're not going to get into that today. I am going to show you the color scheme designer because this one's pretty good. And this will give you suggestions for colors. When you open it up, it shows you a little color wheel here, and you can see the different colors. And then over here, it's got some ideas on accent colors that look good with it. Okay. Right now, this is set up for monochromatic, which kind of makes that other tool I told you about. This one will do monochrome, so we don't need it. So you can see this is monochromatic, means everything's kind of based around this red that we have right here, this primary color. The whole theme is based around that color. And I can move this around. I want a more purple theme. And it picks out shades of purple, including some really light purple and some dark purples that we can use to keep contrast on our website. So if I want a purple theme, I can go with this. It's monochromatic. I can click down here on examples, and it will show you here's a light colored website using those colors. Okay, so it's a white page. Now, we'll talk more about this in design when we talk about it, but old people like white pages. Young people tend to prefer darker pages. If you probably know that just from the websites that you use on a regular basis. They tend to have darker themes at your age. And then when you get to the AARP site, it looks like this. That's the Association for Retired People, if you didn't know. But so I can, over here, I can click, I want a dark page. Here's a dark page using those colors. Okay. Here's a positive design using those colors. And here's a negative design using those colors. So it'll give you some ideas of where to use what. So if you wanted to make this dark page, you can see up here they've got a header section. We don't know how to make that quite yet. But they have a large font with that purple background color. And then they have some navigation buttons. We'll work on that later. Their headings down here have a certain color. Their text, notice they're using lorem ipsum for their text. Their text down here is set to white. They have font color set to a certain color. Okay, so it helps you pick out a site that you might like. So you can come in and play with this tool. Let me close this. So that was monochrome based on one color. I also have the ability, this is called adjacent colors, and now it's using my color wheel. And I can edit these little dots to pick out accent colors that are close to my color. And I can play around. I think that's pretty gaudy. That green and that pink together look bad. But I can play with this until I get to something I think looks nice. Again, that looks nice thing is subjective. Okay. Maybe I like this one. I can go back over and look at some examples. Ooh, I don't like that green with that blue and that purple. It looks bad. Dark page doesn't look any better. Let's go down here and close it. I'm expanding this out a little bit. I don't like that. So here's one called a triad that kind of picks colors on opposite sides. It's not a whole lot different than the 3. Here's one that uses 4 colors. So you can just play with this tool. Okay. And what it will do, that didn't work. Somewhere in here, we can come in here and get the color codes for each of these different colors. Now, I haven't showed you how to use a color code yet, but basically you use a hashtag and this color code instead of one of the color names in your code. So if I wanted to use this color purple, it's 482E74. 482E74. So I can come over here and make my background color. Hashtag 482E74. I'll save it. Let's go look at my web page. Oops, I didn't hit refresh. There's my web page. It uses that background color now. So I can use those color codes, and I'll later on we'll learn how those color codes are generated. So we can do custom colors for any color we want. Okay. All right, so don't be afraid to use this tool to help you pick out a nice color theme for your website. Because if you're anything like me, that's an issue. All right. The next video, I'm going to show you how to validate your CSS, and then I'm going to turn you loose to apply these tools on your own website.